Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the crypto siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. This thing is delaying big time. Got a little delay there. Hope you guys having an absolute outstanding day. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Songbird has officially released in observation mode. That's cool. That is really, really good to see. Did we miss something? A very important part of the infrastructure bill. We're going to cover that as well. I don't think we covered that, and I don't remember hearing this little small. It's a big deal, but I don't think we covered that at all. And I don't think I heard about that. So we're going to go over that a little bit as well. The latest and greatest from Celsius Network in relation to Songbird. We'll discuss that in a bit as well. So some really interesting stuff the market is doing, what the market does. We go over that. Shout out to those of you who hold some of that Hedera hash graph. Congratulations. And Avalanche and Kyber Network are hooking up for a liquidity mining event. That is going to be very, very interesting. I will definitely be bridging some profit over to there to participate. And that looks like right now the stable coin liquidity pools is 40 to 48%. So that is really, really, really good as well. So we're going to get into that. What's going on, Legendary? XRP Joe is in the building. It's great to see you guys. Mark Splice is here. The Crypto Caveman is in the building. What's up, my friend? 416 Crypto is here. What's good, brother? Lemire Latson, what's going on for Texas versus Celsius? Well, it is pretty much a standard information of requests from Texas, from the I forget the people here, forget the name, but yeah, the Texas is pretty hands-on when it comes to this stuff, so they want some info. So what kind of business model are you exactly doing here? So that's pretty much what it is. Right now, it's a information request. Can you tell us more about your business model? Because trust me when I tell you that Celsius has done all the regulatory stuff that they, when it comes to that regulatory compliant line, it's right here. They are way over here. They don't want to come anywhere close to being non-compliant. They don't mess around with that. So yeah, so it's information to learn more about the business model, and the same thing is going on, I think, in New Jersey is as well. But make no mistake about it, this is coming from the powers to be at the SEC, without question. They do not want, you got to understand this, you really got to understand it, that they, Gary Gensler is working at the behest of the, if you will, the banking cartel. They do not want the likes of Celsius and Ripple and DeFi to be in existence. They don't. They want that. They want to put all of this underneath their purview so that the banks can run it and then begin to give you a little bit of yield and then take it away like they have done in the past. So that's what that's about. And so Alex mentioned it today about the information that they wanted. And that's what it is essentially, is they're wanting to know, what is this business model? What is it that you're doing type of deal? But Celsius has filed all the appropriate paperwork with each and every state in order to do business in that state. So if they're doing business in the state, they, Celsius Network, behave as if they were doing a security. If that cell token was a security, that's the measure that they took, even though it hasn't been determined that is a security. They took the steps and said, okay, we're going to file this paperwork. We're going to file this paperwork with you guys. We're going to file this paperwork. You know how they always say, come in and register and register and register? Yeah, Celsius did all that. And that's the model that they took, is to act as if, right? Act as if the regulators would say that they're doing something with security. So file this paperwork, and file. So they did all of that. So that is what's going on now. The newspapers, right? These crypto online information newsletters, if you will, they'll paint it a different way. Okay, they'll kind of paint it a different way, but that is exactly what it was, just to so it's information they want to know more about what it is that you're doing. The seasons, this is kind of the same thing. Look, until we know more about what you're doing, we want you to stop what it is that you're doing, right? But the Celsius token and Celsius model, whether it be 2 assets that you can get on your app or all 40 assets you can get on your app, whatever state that is, they took the appropriate paperwork, right? They did the work first. Because that's what they chose. Like a lot of companies say, oh, no. You're not, we're not doing anything with security. We're not a security. We don't, and they continue their business models that way, right? According to Gary Gensler, Coinbase, who the United States Securities and Exchange Commission allowed to IPO, has not come in and done anything with them yet. I don't get that. I don't understand it. But that's kind of what that is there. So just to kind of let you guys know, Corey Anderson, it's good to see you, my friend. Crypto Kahuna is in the building. Alex Van Fitness and Philosophy is here. What's up, bro? Good to hear you. Curious if any predictions on when that this rise will on like BC 10-5-21. I'm hoping 10-5-21. I hear you. I don't know when that's going to happen. I do expect Christmas of this year to be a good thing for a lot of us in the digital asset space. We'll see if we'll have this extended quote unquote cycle that the likes of Plan B and Benjamin Cowan are talking about. We'll see, but I'm planning on December to be absolutely outstanding. So before we get into the numbers for the day, before we go to the market, it's hugely important that the first thing that we do before we get into all of that, if I could find it, let's see. Oh, I thought I had it up. I did not. You know how we do here. Let's see if it comes up. I need to get a new laptop. Yep. Before we do into all of that stuff, got to get a gaming laptop, maybe something so I can run some nodes. Before we do all of that, let's hop on that bridge. Songbird launches. I heard some people having their Songbird show up. So I guess get the whole sparkling with your ledger now. You hook your ledger up to MetaMask, you put it in the appropriate add custom RPC network. You'll see the Songbird. We'll go over that a little bit as well. Shout out to Kyber Network. I've been waiting for that. Coming up with Avalanche, only 5 million, but we'll take it. What's going on? Shout out to the H-bar owners. I did the old FT H-bar. Shout out to my guy, Mike. Turned on to Rip FT. Dang, Logan's already on that. Rip FT, what's going on? The Bouts are in the building. What's going on, my friends? Hope everyone's having a great Friday. Absolutely, my friend. Dane Brown is in the building. And then lots of Yoshi is going to use the body graduate. Thank you. That's the plan. Yeah, so Celsius house machines can even look word in the least. We talked months ago about how he proudly decided to take the route as offers. I'm proudly going to take this route. The music is totally drowning out my website. What's going on, Greg Sunwan? So what is good? What's good? What's good, crypto people? It's great to see you. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Interesting stuff going on in the market. For sure, we're going to cover that. We're going to go over the market because the market is doing what the market does. By the way, those of you who might be fans of or highlights of Player, I'm told that that is on Coinbase now, PLA. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff there. So we're going to go over that. The big news of the day, I guess, is Songbird is launched in observation mode. Initial phase is observation mode. We'll go over that a little bit as well. But I did want to go over this pretty interesting thing that I found on Twitter. Shout out to Noah Segman. Someone had tweeted out that there was a little hidden piece of information in the new infrastructure bill that has passed in the Senate. And it is over to the House for a vote there, apparently. That's a little sneaky, I think, in this tax reporting thing. Very, very, very interesting. So we'll cover that as well. Very, very interesting. Kyber network and Avalanche are hooking up. So new liquidity mining incentive is going on there. So that's pretty cool. We'll check into that as well. But the big word on the street is obviously some of you may be able to see your Songbird if you went ahead and took the appropriate steps. Bifrost wallet looks like it'll be up and running next week. I'm guessing a day or so before the 27th. Because kind of Songbird, the actual beginning to do things on the Songbird network would be on the 27th at some time during the day. So I know Mickey B. Fresh and Patty XRP did excellent videos the last couple of days about the Songbird launch, pre-launch, and they did another video later today as well. I'm going to listen to a few minutes of that. So that's kind of what's going on, guys. I'm going to share a little bit of this infrastructure thing because I do think it's important, and maybe it was covered, maybe it was not. Let me see if I can find the tweet first. Charles Gasparino, is he live somewhere on Twitter, on Periscope? Someone said that. It's Kyber. Let me find it. Here it is. Here, let me share this with you guys. Noah is something. Is Keyless here? Your guy Noah is something. Captain Rational. It says, here is something. It says, this is some trippy totalitarian stuff. Proofofstakealliance.org. Proofofstakealliance.org. And what he's commenting here is on this right here, this research report. But let me read you his tweet. It says the law is simple and will have guaranteed results. Anyone that has decent crypto income streams, not capital gains, will be forced to leave the country. Nobody is going to give up a workless, right, that passive 6, 7, and 8-figure salary to stay in the U.S. And again, this is the article that he's referencing. It is the Proof of Stake Alliance research report by Abraham Sutherland, dated September 17th of 2021. Tax code section 6050. I don't know if that's supposed to be a letter. I guess that's in a letter. 6050L, I guess. And digital assets. This overlooks surveillance and reporting mandate should be struck from the infrastructure bill. Okay, advisor, Proof of Stake Alliance and adjunct professor, University of Virginia School of Law. The author thanks Diana Myers, Greg, Eric, Herschel, Henry, Lawrence, and the Proof of Stake Alliance for helpful discussions and comments. The opinions expressed and any errors are the author's own. So it says here in summary, in previous months, the much discussed provision that would expand the definition of brokers who are required to report financial information to the government, which is tax code section 6045, provoked intense public debate and opposition in the Senate. But an overlooked provision, an amendment to tax code section 6050, I don't know if that's a 1 or L or I, whatever that is there, in the infrastructure bill passed by the Senate and now pending in the House, could make receiving a digital asset, whether that be a crypto, an NFT, or any other digital asset, a felony if not reported correctly. This provision would apply to all Americans who receive any kind of digital asset has thus far escaped public or congressional scrutiny. Yeah, I'm not sure if I had heard about this. The proposed amendment to section 6050L states that in a broad range of scenarios, any person who receives over $10,000 in digital assets must verify the sender's personal information, including a social security number, and sign and submit a report to the government within 15 days. Failure to comply results in mandatory fines and can be a felony of up to 5 years in prison. So this is for receiving crypto. The proposal relies on a 1984 law that was written to discourage in-person cash transfers and to encourage the use of financial institutions for large transactions. In other words, to discourage the peer-to-peer model and force you to use their model, financial institutions, for your larger transactions. The law's relative clarity and limited applicability in the case of old-fashioned cash is difficult to apply to the transfer of digital assets, thus making compliance unduly burdensome, as any receipt can trigger the reporting requirement, and digital asset is defined broadly as any digital representation of value using distributed ledger technology, including NFTs, miners, stakers, lenders, decentralized applications, and marketplace users. Traders, businesses, and individuals are all at risk. Let's say that again. Miners, stakers, lenders, decentralized applications, and marketplace users, traders, businesses, and individuals are all at risk of being subject to this reporting requirement, even though in most situations, the person or entity in receipt is not in a position to report the required information. So I thought initially this was about sending stuff out. Now this is what I thought. So maybe what we were discussing the whole time was the 6045 issue with the definition of brokers who had to report to financial information. But this 6050, this amendment to that 6050 applies to me like more like individuals. Let's see. All right, and even though in most situations the person or entity in receipt is not in possession to report the required information, I mean social security numbers, including social security number, and sign and submit a report. Wow. A statute creating felony crimes for users of digital assets should be debated openly, not quietly inserted into a bill. In the report that follows, Sutherland describes in more details the elements of the law and calls for others to chronicle its consequences. Opinions expressed in the report are entirely Sutherland's own and do not necessarily reflect those of the proof of stake alliance or members. Let me do this real quick. Let's do that. So that is something very, very interesting. Just read it. A brazen attempt to push us into complete financial surveillance state and prop up the current regime who will actually comply. That was said by OX CLU, Captain Rationale, again, who is Noah Sedman on YouTube. It's a bit more than actually comply because it's a technological impossibility to comply. Says the law does not define how to proceed if the sender's social security numbers are known and not possibly to be known because it's non-existent. So that, my friends, is the long and short of that. I wanted to cover that with you guys because I'm not sure if that has been covered. Yeah. Citizenship by investment, Keyless. How are you? CBI. Citizenship by investment. We talked about that channel plenty, talked about that on this channel plenty of times. We all know the likes of I think her name is Crypto Girl, and of course the guy who created Bitcoin Cash, Roger Ver, Nomad Capitalists, have long advocated, to make moves, right, to go to where you're treated best, to go to where your assets are treated best. Interesting, very, very interesting stuff for sure. What's going on, Marquise? Good to see you, bro. Keyless, Lady of Crypto is here. How are you, my friends? Siege, I thought of you when I saw that Noah's tweet. He mentioned moving away if the laws become too cumbersome, something you've been covering for a while. It's really important we keep this in mind. Yeah, indeed. So that's, look, that's very, and the way that was snuck in is very, very, very interesting. And when you think about it, it's based on this 1984 law, right? Again, because people were kind of sending money to each other, just using the old, if you will, peer-to-peer thing. And the powers that be said, no, we need you to use our financial instruments so that they could begin to fee you, and, charge you fees, right, into oblivion and take away your wealth. Interesting stuff. What's going on, Corey? Good to see you. Very, very interesting stuff there. So what's the latest and greatest on Songbird? I'm going to cover that. Also, shout out to Hugo Filion. Shout out to you, my friend, for getting that going. Did I share it? I didn't share. Here it is. Here says that I read this earlier today. Songbird, this is from Hugo Filion, putting Songbird in flight. Songbird has now launched, and the Songbird token has been distributed to all addresses. So it has been distributed. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So now it's up to the participating exchanges to get their stuff to you. And like I said, in the AMA today with Alex Mashinsky, did not cover it. The question came up and he did not answer it. So I've tweeted out to the CTO to see if we can kind of get some kind of response or update on what that looks like. So whatever address that for people who used Celsius for the Spark token thing, so they get their Spark tokens, whatever address that Celsius used to distribute the Spark tokens, to get the Spark tokens and then distribute them to you in your wallet, that's where the Songbird tokens, my guess is that's where the Songbird tokens will be. So again, no word from Alex today on what they're planning on doing with that. There's a big thing with airdrops and the SEC regulators. And so, right? And so you got to think about that. That's hugely important, especially since he's just gotten 2 letters, one from Jersey and one from Texas. So it is totally up to each individual exchange to distribute the Songbird thing. So I don't know if Alex and Celsius will, or if they won't, don't know. If they'll do it, in enough time for people to participate, first day, first week on Songbird, don't know. No word as of yet. So we'll have to kind of see how that's going to go. Buying Songbird is going to be an option on BitTrue, and it's looking like Bitstamp as well after the 27th. So this document briefly describes the path that the network will take over the next coming weeks and months. There's the observation mode. Songbird is currently in what we term observation mode. The FTSO contracts will be deployed during observation mode, and the FTO system will commence. Observation mode is intended to allow the exchanges, the FTO data providers, and developers to deploy on the network in a safe manner. During this period, the network may be rolled back and or redeployed from Genesis. Succinctly, this means node pairing with the network is achieved through whitelist. Flair reserves the right to roll back or take down the network and restart from Genesis. Exchanges, we strongly advise not making Songbird tokens available for sale or purchase during this time. If the network and Flair CO smart contracts prove stable, then observation mode will end on the 14 GMT on the 27th of September, 1400 GMT. Okay, and then the next mode is the state connector testing mode. I won't read all of that, read all of this, but there it is there, Flair.xyz. Just go to blog, and this will be the latest and greatest on the Songbird thing. So anyone here able to see their Songbird tokens? Anyone? XRP Joe, SEC is overreaching to the point where many in crypto are afraid to act. 100% XRP Joe, that is without question. And I think it was John Deaton who made something, he made a tweet the other day that said that Uphold and Coinbase and Kraken, and I think he said there's 3 or 4 different exchanges. He said they need to take the fight to the SEC, right, for this overreach. And the challenge is so many people are unwilling to take the fight to these alphabet regulators, right? That's the challenge. We did that in our business model, right? We sued the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, for their overreach, and obviously they countersued, right? But we sued them for their overreach, and what they were trying to do is the same thing the SEC is trying to do, which is to bully people around, bully people around. So so in any case, that's kind of what that is. And so we'll see if the likes of Coinbase, Kraken, and will have the gumption to do that, to take the fight to the SEC. And obviously you have to know that you've dotted all your I's, crossed all your T's, checked all the boxes, right? In order to do that, we knew that we had done that. And so we went for it. We made the moves and, took it to them to put them back in their place, if you will. And so this is one of the things that's going to be necessary with the SEC as well. So remember, the SEC are the ones who have to give a measure of blessing to Coinbase for them to IPO. Right? Very important. That's right. If the crypto industry XRP Joe says, if the crypto industry pulled these resources, the SEC wouldn't have a chance. Without question. Without question. I didn't see this. So this is an announcement, Trevor LeConte and Danny Loft. This was an announcement. Danny Loft, what's good, my friend? Danny says, hello, Crypto Seeds. So what do you think about Ripple announcing They are not looking for a settlement. I didn't know Ripple announced such a thing. Where did they announce that? On Twitter? Was that on Twitter? Let me go see what's going on here. I didn't know that Ripple said that. We are not looking for a settlement. That's very, very interesting. Where did we see this? I'm over here on the thing here. In case you missed it, hear all about the exciting projects on the horizon for the developer community using the XRP ledger, including a non-custodial digital wallet app, an XRP toolkit, and NFT art gallery. Tune in to the Ripple Drops episode now. I wonder if that's old. So where is that announcement? Did Brad Garlinghouse say it? I'm looking over at Ripple. Let me look at Brad. Let's see. Did Brad say it? All right, let me go back over here to the chat. Who said that and where? A statement from Brad Garlinghouse. Okay, where is that statement? So Danny says yes on Twitter. And now that is strength. How does Garlinghouse say FUSEC? We are not looking for a settlement. Mr. B posted it. There's a link here that Keyless is sharing. Let me see what that is. That's interesting stuff. No, I did not hear that. He said we are not looking for a settlement. Oh, here it is. Charlie Gasparino breaking. Ripple's legal team tells Fox Business they have no plans to settle with the SEC over lawsuit on XRP. Confident they can show Gary Gensler in pursuing the case is picking winners and losers in the crypto business to the detriment of innovation. What? And Jeremy Hogan says legal teams never say they want to settle. Legal teams never say they want to settle. Jeremy Hogan says that. So in any case, so I guess maybe Charlie reached out to the legal team and of course they said that because they know who he is, but perhaps they know he's a reporter, so they're not going to state that they want to settle, right? So that would make sense. That would make sense. Charlie's trying to get, trying to do his thing, trying to, when you win, I win, and when I win, you win type deal is what he's doing here. So, that would make more sense. That would make more sense to me. What's going on, the Thunder Sounds? Great to see you. Thanks for sharing that, Keyless. I appreciate that. Ripple wants to punish the SEC. So did you guys see that? Jeremy Hogan said legal teams never post, never state that they want to settle. Danny Loaf says new speculations of the impending loss. The ACC may just dismiss the case and back to square one. No clarity. Just dismiss it, huh? Interesting. That is very, very interesting. So yeah, so that does make kind of sense though what Jeremy is saying, right? So what Charles asked the legal team, so the legal team is not going to say, yeah, we have no plans of settling, right? So that's the way I kind of see that. Yeah, they're not going to say that they are even hinting at a settlement, right? So, so there that is. They're very, very interesting. Anybody see their Songbird? I think I saw one person say they've seen their Songbird on the XRP scan or something. But anybody who did the Songbird thing via, the Spark token thing via your ledger. If you did it via your ledger, it looks like that you can now hook your ledger up via the Ethereum and or Songbird app to your MetaMask, and do the RPC, the custom network, add the address, that thing, add that network, add the Songbird network to your MetaMask through custom network, and you'll see your Songbird there. So I did not do it that way. It's a very, very interesting. It was a very interesting call, but this is a lesson for me to be learned in this whole thing with the Songbird token. We made a conscious decision to not do anything through Ledger. There were some steps involved, whether some say it was complex, others said it wasn't so complex. But we made the decision, and I know others did as well, to use the Celsius network for this snapshot to get the Spark token. Celsius, Alex said that they would be supporting it. We chose that route. And now with the subsequent thing, we're beholden to whatever Celsius network decides to do. They have to at first look at, the benefit of all of their holders, not just the XRP holders. And so if there's some issue with regulators and, different states saying, we want you to cut out all this airdrop stuff. We don't want you participating in this airdrop stuff. You can continue on with your business model. That's just what it's going to be. Danny Loaf, great question. Has anyone been able to verify, in fact, the SEC did turn over all the docs unredacted to Judge Netburn on the 14th as ordered for in-camera review? I haven't heard of that, but I haven't heard confirmation of that, Danny, but I would imagine that they would not take any chances in not doing that. But I haven't heard anything. So I haven't heard like that confirmation of that. But I do know that if they don't do that, it's not going to be a good look, because this is something that she's ordered, this in-camera review. So we'll see. Yeah, and so that's kind of the deal there. I don't know what the percentage of people who had their XRP on an exchange. Like I learned yesterday that Patty XRP did some of his Spark token thing via Bitstamp, right? I think he kind of split it up, whatever percentage, between Ledger and Bitstamp. So that type of deal. So that's kind of where we are in terms of what Celsius is or is not going to do. So we'll see. We will see what they will look to do, but no explanation today, no clarity today. So, this distribution, I think, is supposed to happen, by the 26th, like Face Stamper is saying, because this Flair Networks has done their part. They got it out. All the applicable addresses have been sent the Songbird. So we'll see how the distribution goes. I do know that some people who did their thing via Ledger in terms of the Spark token, they did the hookup on MetaMask, and they were able to see their SGB there, is Songbird there. I know that between the Decent wallet and the Bifrost wallet, that's what I'll be doing, my delegating right now. Definitely love the Bifrost wallet. Can't wait for that thing to officially come out so that we can actually get it. Which will be really, that would be really, really cool if we can, we can kind of get that. So we'll see. I really like it with Bifrost and Toho Labs. I really like what they're doing there. So yeah, so very, very interesting thing. If you guys are interested in becoming liquidity providers and participating in the liquidity thing, Kyber and Avalanche hooked up, which I thought was really, really interesting. Kyber, the DMM is a pretty massive thing. Kyber and Avalanche Foundation collaborate to launch the KyberDMM with 5.8 million in liquidity incentives. It's not a ton, but when you go over here to their DMM, you can see here that I think this is called amplified. What does the AMP stand for again? I forget what the AMP stands for. Amplify something. Providing. Important details. Anyway, the AMP is, I can't remember where I read it. Yeah, but they got total AMP liquidity of 43 billion, total value locked 413 million, and the trading is 1.49 billion. They do have a stable coin liquidity pairing, which I like. I really, really do like. And it's 48.5% USDC, 51 point, that's the current token ratio. That's the ratio there. Let me see something. Price range there. Show more proofs. 5.24 billion. I thought this was the numbers. That's not the numbers. That's just the ratio of USDC and USDT. Where is, I thought they had, what they paying you for this? But it's going to be 1 million there, and you're going to get AVAX tokens. Amplification factor, higher AMP, higher capital efficiency within a price range, higher AMP recommended for more stable pairs, lower AMP for more volatile pairs, right? So the AMP is 400 here. So I have to learn more about it. I don't see the pools, yields. So here it is here, 31.14%, 0.64 LP fee plus 30.49%. So 31%. Now the wrapped ETH and AVAX is 112%. I think that's starting in phase 2. And that's 112.41%. Ending in 59 days, 15 hours, 59 days, 15 hours. It says there's 3 million in here, there's 13 million in this one. So that's 31%. Is pretty good. That is pretty good. So yeah, I have some stables and some stuff over on Avalanche on the Q thing, but it's not paying out that. So I will look to go over there sooner rather than later. So yeah, so that's some interesting stuff. Here it is here. KyberDex launches on Avalanche with 5.8 in liquidity mining program. Anybody ever use the KyberDMM? Anybody use that? Whoa, what happened? My XRP keeps decreasing 20 cents for no reason, no transaction advantage. So why I'm really confused. I posted a question on Twitter and haven't heard back. Oh, wow. Interesting. Is the buy on Bifrost? Is there something that you can use on? I thought Bifrost wasn't actually out yet, Keyless. I thought the Bifrost wallet wasn't actually out yet. Oh, okay. Nope, never heard. Oh, you never heard of KMM, the KyberDMM. What's going on, Devon? Steve, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you checking in tonight. So is the Bifrost? I thought I just read that the Bifrost wallet was still coming out. It's not out yet. Am I mistaken on that? Let me see something. Coming soon. Yeah, okay. Still coming soon. Okay. Oh, the test thing. Okay. The test, you were one of the testers. Okay, gotcha. Okay, you were one of the testers. Face Stamper, you said you have a Bifrost wallet already? It's still in beta. Still okay, yeah, right. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, so the latest I heard from they tweeted out that it's done. They're done with the wallet and they're waiting for Apple and Google to give them the blessing. That was the latest that I heard on that Bifrost wallet. So yeah, early access. Yep, I did that one. But I was able to download the app, and some of us are able to send XRP. Yep. I was part of the test group as well. There were some kind of issues with the Android folks. At least I had some issues with trying to get it to actually accept the invite to be a tester and all that 9 yards. So that is the kind of the word there on the street. Let me see what the market is doing, guys. Let's go with the market. PLA, I don't know. All right, so the market's at 2.2 trillion. It's down 2.5%. Bitcoin's at 47,000. Ethereum's at $3,397. Cardano's at $2.35. Binance Coin's at $408. XRP is $1.07. Solana's $142, down 24%. Polkadot's at $33. It's still up 12% on the 7-day. Dogecoin's at 24 cents, just kind of hanging out there. Avalanche is up 62% on the 7-day. It's $66.42. Terra Luna is $34.60. Uniswap's $24. Chainlink's $27. Bitcoin Cash $620. Algorand, interesting, $1.94. And Polygon is $1.42. And shout out to all the Atom holders. That thing's up nicely, $33. And shout out to the Hedera Hashgraph holders as well. Congrats. Wow, Elrond's at $247. Is almost up to what it was earlier. Elrond, interesting. Made a ton of money on Elrond, ton. I don't hold any more EGLD though. So that's the latest and greatest. Interesting to see Shiba Inu get listed on Coinbase. That is very, very interesting. So Hedera is at 42 cents. It was as high as 47 cents. And yeah, so we were really, really blessed to own Hedera at 3 cents, right around 3 cents. So that was really, really cool. Playing with house money now. Took out our initial investment plus 20% and just playing with house money now. So there it is, guys. That's the latest and greatest, the word on the street. We'll try to keep you updated on what's going on with Songbird. Hopefully more exchanges will begin to update people, and hopefully we'll get a word. Hoping to get more word from Alex on Tuesday. He does hop on and on Twitter Space and answer questions for about an hour there as well on Tuesday. So that's the latest and the greatest for sure, guys. Listen, I'm going to hop off here. I got to hang out with Mr. Crypto Siege for a bit. Yeah, got that Coinbase. Got the Coinbase card the other day. How many guys liking the Coinbase card? Liking it? I guess you have to load some stable on there. But I'm excited to get to use that as well, right? Just take a little bit of dirty, nasty fiat, turn it into stable, deposit it on here, get 4% back. Pretty cool deal. And speaking of crypto cards, Celsius will come out end of this quarter, end of the year, with their card for a small group, small group. See, this is very element for you. Found a guy that's really helpful for newbies in DeFi in general crypto tutorial. You said you found someone. Who is it? Yeah, so these phases to find Steve's going to take a while. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. I would say, up to 60 days. If you want to share to people it's called Whiteboard Crypto Channel. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you. Whiteboard Crypto. Very elementary for you. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, okay. So very good, kind of basic 101. Cool. Thank you. Wiz Barlow TV says, I like the 4% XLM back yet. No, I have not got my XRP card, Michael O2. Nope. I have not got my XRP card. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight, guys. It's been a really, really awesome and amazing hang for sure. I appreciate each and every one of you. Continue to hodl strong. If you're in a position to become a liquidity provider, you maybe you want to consider that. Maybe you might want to consider participating in the monsoon that is transactional fees. We absolutely love doing it. Can't wait for Songbird to launch. I know personally, if we don't get access to Songbird before the 27th or on the 27th, we'll be purchasing Songbird, and so that we could use it on the Songbird network for sure. We would definitely will be doing that. My guess is it going to be less than a penny for sure. What's going on, Cryptic Life? XRP card, 5% back in XRP. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I don't have it yet. Don't have that XRP card yet. I know I put in for it more than once. Oh, you got in the curve. I love it. I love it. Very nice. I'm glad you got in the curve. You're earning 25% on stables, huh? Yeah, love curve convex finance also. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for hanging out today. It's been a really, really cool hang. Never, ever forget this, guys. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the night, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.